What's going on, guys? Bladezilla here, and today I've got another super special one from CKF, Custom Knife Factory out of Russia. Beautiful knife in the mirror polished DLC variety. Lots to talk about on this one. I don't even want to put this down. It's just such a gorgeous knife. And I'll be honest, the lighting on this is not going to be great throughout the video. A, the camera is going to be freaking out, not knowing where to focus. And B, when the sensor does get a mirror polish, it just tries to adjust. So for all intents and purposes, I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. Gorgeous knife, the CKF Sokosha. I've had a number of videos now in a couple different configurations, and I'm going to try to continue that as as more come available in different variations. But this is kind of their fully loaded model. I did a MagnaCore video. I've done a kind of stonewash DLC, and now they did a very limited run on the mirror DLC. And as you can see, they just look incredible. So pretty cool knife to take a look at today. So I guess let's get started on this one. So sit back, relax, grab a coffee, a tea, a beer, pop, soda, whatever you want. As a reminder, check out bladezilla.ca in Canada, where a lot of the knives featured on this channel are available. Just added the Cobra, just added some F3 CCKS MagnaCut, first time ever MagnaCut on an F3 in North America anyway. And then a couple other CCKS knives, so lots of good stuff. That's bladezilla.ca. Not too sure when this video is going to be kind of dropping itself, but there's always good stuff on the site. Microtech, ProTech, CKF, Shiros, tons of Shiros. I just added, keep in mind, I just added a big line of reconnaissance ones, and they're a really cool knife. A little flying under the radar, but really cool knife. Okay, enough about the site. Let's focus on this. So Sokosha, multi-row bearings, Marfione design, Zirc inlays, Zirc tie. There's a lot going on here. It's just a gorgeous knife, and I keep telling people like who haven't experienced CKF, like they're just so well done. Typically very consistently made as well, and they've been knocking it out of the park lately with a lot of collaboration pieces, a lot of just really nice designs. So as you can see here, they didn't skimp on the materials. They've certainly picked some good stuff, and the fact that they've elevated this blade. Let's see if I can fire this one out. No. I'm trying so hard. I know I can because it's silky smooth. Like, look at the action. It's just hard when I've got a camera here. It's gorgeous. It's done tremendously well, and it's already becoming a little bit of a fingerprint magnet. Geez. That's the downside, I suppose, of DLC, is that just every last little hint of touch on the blade just turns into fingerprints, unfortunately, on mirror polish. But I remember seeing, what knife was it? I've seen some really cool kind of mirror polished, very micro stonewash in the background. I'd like to see that become more of a thing, because the stonewash background, I think they call it like a mirror or a smoke stonewash mirror or something. It's so cool because it takes something like this that's just gorgeous and then hides those fingerprints. So that's pretty slick. From a technical measurement specification, I'm not going to go over that. I don't want to put this down on the mirror edge, but it's a big knife. It's in that 8.5 to 9 inch range, full size, 3.5 inch, 3 3/4 cutting range, something like that. 5 ounces. It's a heavy knife. Really nice. Thumb studs. The inlays are done really well, all different and unique. I've had a few of these come through. They're all beautiful. And the action on these particular ones, the mirror, seems to just be a little bit nicer than some of the others. I don't know why. They might be built differently, tuned differently. They've just done a really good job. You've got the Marfione logo on the back here as well, which is nice touch. And as far as I know, this is the only configuration they've actually launched in the Mir DLC. It's only high-end. So I had some people asking, believe it or not, is, hey, can you pull that DLC blade off and just put it on a carbon or whatever? It's like, no, we don't do that. But it's just interesting how some people's perspective on a Mir polished DLC, you know, they would love to see it sans Zirc, without Zirc, and maybe just full black carbon, or maybe even, you know, what would this blade look like on just like a tie, just a plain Jane tie version? I'd be curious. You know, the reason it is DLC Mir is because it's black on black, and that's just timeless. Another question I've been asked is this glass breaker, can it come off? Yes, it can come off. You unscrew it, and there you go. And I believe the hardware kit that these knives come with, I think it might even have a blank for there. So if you want to get that off, it's not at the end of the world. But you know what? That's part of the design. And if you look at like the SOCOM from Microtech, they just shine with that kind of stuff, right? As far as the rest of the design goes, yes, we've got the jimping on the lock bar, really comfortable. We've got the cutout for your finger, so it kind of feels artificially thinner than it is when you're reaching for that lock bar as well. We've got some big, I'm going to grab this light here, some big cutouts on the inside of this to kind of balance things nicely as well. You should be able to see some, hopefully, some big cutouts in there. If not, oh well. But yeah, there's some big cutouts in there. Not micro-milled step layer, just big pockets of material taken out, which is kind of what you would expect. I think that's how they do the Microtech as well. The lock bar is put in with these two screws that are kind of hidden a little bit under the clip, which is a nice job kind of hiding it. No complaints there. And then you have a lanyard hole. If you do want to or decide to, you can run that lanyard hole and put a nice cool, this thing screams like a nice shiny tie or like a stonewash tie bead. I think it would be pretty cool on here, certainly. Otherwise, you know, big pivot hardware, T25 I believe, and then T8s are around the rest of the knife. And then that thumb stud is kind of that really nicely done, what's the word I'm looking for, like volcano-esque, let's put that away, that volcano-esque thumb stud, which is just comfort, right? Really easy to use. And then the action being on multi-row bearings, the thing's silky smooth, drop shut, just a nice overall design. So that is the CKF Sokosha in Mir Polished DLC. I don't, like I said, normally I would try to do a bunch of comparisons. I just don't want to put a Mir Polished edge down on a cutting board here. There's just no real need for it. But it is gorgeous. It is super cool. And I think that if I'm a product manager over at CKF, I want more of this. I want more Mir Polished DLC. I want more Mir Polished edges. I recently saw, I might even still have a few of them, but they've had a couple really cool models come in with like a Mir Polished edge on the blade or Mir Polished DLC on the blade that have just been done so well. And it just tells you, I think they're going to be doing more of that. What do you guys think? Worth it? I definitely think it is. It's just too nicely done. And that full-length backspacer, basically, right? Basically full length. It's just gorgeous. The other thing that I really liked about the Sokosha is how they integrate the blade with the jimping on the handle. So you can kind of choke up at any point here and get grip. You also notice the blade itself is perfectly level with the texturing on the handle, right? So whether you've got a medium hand, large, or extra large, it's just really comfortable. At any point you really kind of put your finger on it. That was kind of one of the first things I noticed. It just seems to make a lot of sense. And then you get the same thing on the back of the hand. Inside your palm, when you're holding it, a lot of room to kind of move around. It's just a comfortable knife. It's just such a classic design. Super comfortable. And then elevated with the inlays and the Mir Polished DLC, just screams a really nice blade. I was kind of surprised when I saw the pricing on this. Surprised in a good way, because I think that the amount they made of these and the materials they're using, I think it was like $300-400 more than like a plain Jane version. And I'm just like, what? Really? Like, this is I think it's what is it, M398? I think there's M398. So really hard steel to mirror polish, first of all. And DLC plus Zirc, I'm like, they could have easily doubled the price of the standard version, and that would have been fine. I was not expecting that to be just marginally more than the Zirc inlay. But hey, they know what they're doing. You can see the camera, hopefully. Look, you can see the little camera. When I say there's always a camera right behind me, well, there you go. There's the R6. So funny, eh? Anyway, guys, I wanted to make this video short and sweet. Didn't want to go too crazy with it. Just wanted to show a cool knife and try not to get it all covered in fingerprints on this blade because it's just too gorgeous. I've had a few of these come through, a handful, and they've all been stunning in every way. Unfortunately, just fingerprint magnets all over the place. But that's okay. That's why they come with a nice little towel to kind of clean up. So there you go. I will leave you there. Appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out the Sokosha M398 Zircatai mirror polished DLC. It's a mouthful. Marfione design. You can add that on there too. Great knife, and figured I'd at least film a 10 or so minute video before I put this one away, because it's just so well done, so nice, and deserving of at least a little bit of attention. Because you know what, CKF, you guys are killing it right now. You're knocking some serious design elements out and doing a good job with it. So figured you guys need a little pat on the back. So throw this in the CKF playlist down low, and otherwise check out Bladezilla, guys. Bladezilla.ca in Canada, and then Instagram, YouTube. Throw a thumbs up on it. Subscribe every Monday, Thursday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern. And then what else have I got? TikTok, Threads, Facebook. Trying to do it all. So there you go. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll see you soon. Peace.